The news at noon, NCDC on high alert after confirming Marburg virus in Ghana. Akwa Ibom State Government approves payment of gratuity to retired primary school teachers in the state. Supporters of DIG Udom Ekpoudom hold solidarity event to reaffirm support towards the senatorial ambition. On the foreign scene, Sri Lanka elect Ranil Wickremesinghe as new president. In sports, England women to play Spain women later today in Euro 2022 quarterfinals. Details coming up shortly. Good afternoon. Welcome to the news on Planetradio 101.1 FM Uyo. I am Bright James. We begin the news this afternoon with the reports that the Akwa Ibom State Government has approved the payment of gratuity to retired primary school teachers in the state. The acting chairman of the State Universal Basic Education Board, SUBEB, in Yobon Akpan, disclosed this, said the payment of the gratuity will be done in batches. According to him, the commitment of the government to pay the affected retirees was aimed at ameliorating the sufferings of the teachers, stressing that Governor Domimano was determined to clear the backlog of gratuities in the state. The acting board chairman further noted that government will ensure orderliness in the payment of the backlog of gratuities to the affected retirees. He therefore thanked Governor Emmanuel for taking steps to settle the backlog of the gratuities. Akpan also applauded the head of Civil Service, Ranil, Commissioner for Education, Tibet, and the Commissioner for Local Government Chieftaincy Affairs, Frank Chibong, for facilitating the payment process. Meanwhile, following the approval of gratuity payment by the state governments, the Coalition of Retired Primary School Teachers and Next of Kin, Akwa Ibom State's chapter, have applauded Governor Domimano for the approval of the payment of gratuity of retired primary school teachers in the state. Speaking with Planet News, the Public Relations Officer, PRO of the Union, Obong Major, noted that the government has given them a sense of belonging and some gleams of light by the announcement. However, he stated out the challenges faced by the union and what the government must put into consideration to salvage the situation. Further, speaking with our correspondent Florence Essien, Major appealed to the government to be prompt and more consistent in the payment process. Recall that the Akwa Ibom State Government yesterday approved the payment of gratuity to retired primary school teachers in the state. The acting chairman of the State Universal Basic Education Board, SUBEB, Yobon Akpan, who disclosed this, said the payment of the gratuity will be done in batches. According to him, the commitment of the government to pay the affected retirees was aimed at ameliorating the sufferings of the teachers, stressing that Governor Domimano was determined to clear the backlog of gratuities in the state. In politics, supporters of DIG Udom Ekpoudom have held a solidarity event to reaffirm support for him towards his senatorial ambition. The exercise, which took place at Urogata Ikorebo in Temekpo local government area, was hosted by a team of campaign coordinators and ward chairmen for Ekpoudom to reiterate their support for him and also have him speak on issues bordering on his senatorial ambition and affection of party members. Speaking at the event, Ekpoudom said that there was only one APC, noting that the Osene Kanem-led faction is the only recognized one. While responding to questions and his supporters decamping to other parties, Ekpoudom said it was a mere rumor, stating that for his supporters to organize such events shows they were with him. He, however, thanked them for the solidarity exercise and also advised them to be steadfast as the APC was going to sort out its problem. Also speaking during an interview with our correspondent, Ekpoudom advised his supporters to get their PVCs so as to vote the right individuals. According to him, adding that for the past years he has been suffering under a clique of people who tell lies just to get votes, adding that it was time to get the narrative right. On their part, some of the coordinators who spoke with Planet News, including the wife of Udom Ekpoudom, Dorothy Ekpoudom, said he was the only free candidate without issues and that he was capable to run for the office come 2023, stressing that he's a man who takes delight in helping others. Away from that, People have been advised to drive carefully when traveling or when going about their different businesses so as to reduce unnecessary road crashes. Speaking with Planet News, some residents of Uyo, the Akwa Ibom State capital, expressed worry of the rate of accidents caused by careless driving. They complain that most drivers do not obey traffic regulations, therefore creating confusion on the road. Others blamed the accident on bad roads. They asked that measures be made by the government in management of road safety to help reduce the incidents, adding that more traffic points should be created to help reduce the rate of accidents in the state. Now to the national scene, where the Academic Staff Union of University says it has no plan to suspend its ongoing strike but to end it permanently. It, however, said such can only happen when all demands have been met. The union's president, Professor Emmanuel Osodeke, said this at a press conference in Abuja. While appreciating efforts of some stakeholders on the strike, Osodeke, however, said it is not over until it is over. Recall that President Muhammadu Buhari had directed the Minister of Education, Adamu, to resolve the 5-month strike ASU and 3 other university labor unions within 2 weeks. Buhari issued the ultimatum after he was briefed by the government's ministries, agencies and departments who are still negotiating a way out between the federal government and the labor unions. In health, the Nigeria Center for Disease Control and Prevention, NCDC, have said that it is on high alert after Marburg virus was detected in Ghana. NCDC Director General Dr. Ifedayo Adetifa said this in a statement. Recall that the outbreak in Ghana was confirmed by the World Health Organization (WHO) on Monday and represents the second time the virus will be detected in West Africa. It had been detected in Guinea in August 2021. According to NCDC Director General, given the proximity of Ghana to Nigeria as well as the WHO alert, the NCDC-led multi-sectoral National Emerging Viral Hemorrhagic Diseases Working Group that coordinates preparedness efforts for MVD and other emerging viral diseases has conducted a rapid risk assessment to guide in-country preparedness activities. According to the NCDC DG, testing for the virus can currently be done at the National Reference Laboratory in Abuja and the University of Lagos Teaching Hospital Laboratory Center for Human and Zoonotic Virology. The NCDC DG urged Nigerians to adhere strictly to preventive measures following the announcement. You're listening to the news on Planetradio 101.1 FM Uyo. Let's take a breather and then bring more stories from our foreign sports and entertainment scenes. To stay with us. Thanks for staying with us. Now on the foreign scene, Sri Lankan members of parliament have elected Prime Minister Ranil Wickremesinghe as the country's new president despite his unpopularity with the public. Ranil faces the task of leading the country out of its economic collapse and restoring public order after months of mass protest. He roundly defeated his main rival for the job, Dulus Alhaperuma, with 134 votes to 82 in the parliamentary vote. Recall that Sri Lanka's former president, Gotabaya Rajapaksa, reportedly fled the country last week. He bolted to the Maldives and then Singapore after thousands of protesters stormed his presidential residences and other government buildings, calling for his resignation. They had also called for the resignation of Ranil, who was appointed Prime Minister in May. Protesters burned down his private home and also stormed his prime ministerial office in Colombo in demonstrations against his leadership, while Sri Lanka is effectively bankrupt and facing acute shortages of food, fuel, and other basic supplies. Now to sports, where England women are set to face their toughest test yet as they take in Spain in the quarterfinals of Euro 2022 today, although neither side have had the smoothest of preparations. The UK has been hit by an unprecedented heat wave that has seen temperatures reach over 40 degrees, while head coach Serena Weckman has not been around the squad after testing positive for COVID-19. Reports suggest that temperatures are set to drop significantly by the time the two teams walk out at the Amex Stadium at 8 p.m. on Wednesday evening. It has seen England alter their training times and implement additional cooling measures to keep the players in good shape, while Spain will be used to the heat and humidity. They have also not had the ideal tournament so far. Just days before the opening match against Finland, Alexia Putellas was sidelined with an anterior cruciate ligament injury, adding to the already absent Jennifer Hermoso. Meanwhile, Spain is not a new opponent for England that faced them in the annual Clark Cup in February, which ended in a goalless draw, and Wehrman is confident the Lionesses can expose La Roja's weaknesses. Now on the entertainment scene, Nollywood actress Nkechi Blessing slammed critics of celebrities who have decided to join the Nigerian political scene. In a video making rounds on the internet, Blessing tagged those mocking her colleagues for joining politics as hypocrites. According to her, whenever a tragedy happens in any part of the country, Nigerians usually call on celebrities to lend their voices to the situation. She said that although celebrities are no longer merely lending their voices but also getting active in politics, many Nigerians are mocking them for the move. The actress further stated that she's super proud of her colleagues joining politics, especially women contesting as deputy governors. It's been the news of Planet Radio 101.1 FM Uyo, but before we go, a recap of the major stories. In the news, we told you the Nigeria Center for Disease Control and Prevention, NCDC, have said that it is on high alert after Marburg virus was detected in Ghana. The Akwa Ibom State Government has approved the payment of gratuity to retired primary school teachers in the state. We also brought you news that supporters of DIG Udom Ekpoudom have held a solidarity event to reaffirm support for him towards his senatorial ambition. On the foreign scene, we told you that Sri Lankan members of parliament have elected Prime Minister Ranil as the country's new president, despite his unpopularity with the public. In sport, reported that England women is set to face their toughest test yet as they take on Spain in the quarterfinals of Euro 2022 today, although neither side have had the smoothest of preparations. For comments and coverage of newsworthy events, call an instrument 0812-770-2940. That is 0812-770-2940. Visit our website on planet101fm.ng. Follow us on Twitter at planet_11fm. You can also like our verified Facebook page at Planet101FM Uyo. The news was edited by Isaiah Udo and Jane Owa. As we end the news, always remember, life is like riding a bicycle. To keep your balance, you must keep moving. I am Bright. James, good afternoon and thank you for listening.